y'all? We are back. We're on a Friday night special. I'm your host, James. Of course, you can tell my daughter's not with me. So this episode is going to be right in line. Hey, we actually do have some stuff lined out for us. Got my co-host Spencer. Hey, how's it in Houston on Friday night, man?
Oh, it is popping this weekend in Houston, man. We got Final Four in downtown Houston. We got Astros opening weekend. We have the Rockets playing. It's a crazy weekend down in Houston, but it's all good stuff.
All good stuff. Yeah, definitely. I know in Houston previously, man, you just had the McDonald's All-American game. Bronny showed out. He didn't win the dunk contest, but he showed out anyways. He looked good. I can't wait to see him in college and in the pros. But, hey, as always, thank you for following us, subscribing with us, commenting on any posts that we've been making on Instagram and TikTok. I would like to say an important announcement. Now, it's not Spencer, but I am, I guess, Wild Wild West setup. We're going to be moving to Atlanta, Georgia this summer. Woo, I can't wait to be back near the South, even though it's on the East Coast, but it kind of feels like home. I can't thank anyone more than my wife getting accepted to Georgia Tech. I can't wait. We'll see what happens with getting a job and doing everything around. But, hey, now me and Spencer, we might have more episodes coming in the future, being only 1 hour ahead now for me. So
yeah, it's flipping. Now I'm going to be behind you.
Yeah, that's right. So hey, like I said, thank my wife for the Atlanta move. I can't wait for this summer. During that move, we might have Spencer doing some episodes by himself. That is okay. Trust me, I've approved that message and this. So.
and I can ramble on for about 30 minutes all by myself. I'm very capable of it. Trust me.
I think you can. I believe in you just like you believe in me. Hey,
that might be finally when we have the episode about the Astros cheating scandal. We might have a full on discussion about it then. There
you go. Yeah,
just a little preview of things to come.
Ooh, can't wait. Hey, and talking about Astros, hey, MLB Opening Day was yesterday. You know, everything about baseball is loving. You know, you got the outdoor weather, you got the hot dogs, you got the peanuts, you got the beer, the soda, you got fans from babies to old people, home runs, and hey, faster game times. I will say, they said yesterday there were 10 games under 3 hours. And now I will say, you know, running through the lineup yesterday, of course, it seemed like the usual teams were supposed to win. You know, you got the Mets winning, you got the Yankees winning, you got the Dodgers winning. The only effing team that I didn't think won was the damn Astros in the ninth inning. I was so upset. I had the money line with you because I was believing in the 10 games in a row and etc. Now, I think everyone's going to blame Presley for how he closed that game. But as for jokes, I'm blaming Pearland High School alumni, Meg the Stallion. That was a curse, man. Now, I ain't going to lie. Hey, the camera person who was doing all that knew where they came in that.
Real MVP.
They did not move. He was the real MVP. Now, I will say, I'm not upset with Meg's pitch at all. You know, I'm not surprised.
She did her best.
I'm really upset with the Astros and who's supposed to lead. You know, let her know what you're supposed to do because I saw the audio. She's facing outfield, and then she said, "Who do I throw it to?"
Yeah, can I have an honest opinion with you about this?
Go for it.
Do you really think she didn't know? Do you really think she didn't know where to throw the baseball when she walked out to the mound?
Dude, she had to know.
I don't know how I felt about that, man. I don't know. It felt real fake to me. I don't know.
It could have been. It could have been good.
You know what I mean?
And bad publicity, but
you're right. That's what I kind of got the feeling that she was just trying to be out there. And no disrespect, I love Meg Thee Stallion. I was literally in her graduating class. That's my claim to fame. So no disrespect, but I was just like, what are we doing? Why are we on the mound so long? I mean, soak in all that camera time, Meg. You deserve it for sure.
Yeah, she definitely did.
That was a little sketchy to me. That was a little, I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not upset with the throw. Hey, it was pretty decent to me. It's way better than 50 Cent, way better than some other people we've seen in the past. But I will say, I did watch the Astro game last night. You know, it was a close game. Look, you know, throughout, and then I thought they were going to win. And then Presley with the ninth inning blown save opportunity. I mean, I couldn't get over the thought of Roger Clemens every time saying, "Man, he keeps shaking his arm. Man, he keeps shaking his arm. Man, he keeps shaking his arm." And I'm like, dude, like, god dang, like someone take him out. But hear no or say no. I will say, don't worry, Astros, you were not the worst defeat of the night. As always, drum roll, please. The Angels do it one step better, as always. Ohtani, 10 strikeouts, this and that, and you still lose to the Las Vegas Athletics. I am not calling them.
Speaking it into existence already. I love that.
Bringing it to existence. They keep saying they're going to come back. No way, no how. Oakland, sorry about that.
They showed a picture of the stadium for opening day. It was like so empty. And Shohei's on the mound. Mike Trout's in the lineup. It's opening day, and it was just pathetic. They need to leave that city. And I'm definitely hoping for Las Vegas, because if they go there, I'm an Astros fan. I'm definitely going to be making a trip for a road game in Las Vegas. That's going to be one of the first things I do. That's going to be great.
I will let you know, Spencer, I've been in that stadium for a baseball game. It is atrocious. That's not even a word. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Atrocious.
It's atrocious. Man, like
really,
it's bad. Like, it's so old. It's an old stadium. Of course, with the Athletics and the Raiders using it, and then business stuff behind the scenes with not being able to renovate the stadium for the football team. They leave. Baseball is just being lazy, and now they don't. They got the project open for a nice water park stadium type of thing, waterfront and all that, but the city it's a mess. Hey, I will tell you this: Oakland is a mess, Spencer. Be glad you live in Houston. They believe in sports.
I'm always glad to live in Houston. Trust me.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah. So,
I know I went off a rant last episode about how heartbreaking it is, but we've rallied. We're back.
Oh yeah, we're back. Yeah, no worries. Now, I will say right now, hey, the Astros right now, they're playing currently, and I think they're on pace for 0-162 right now.
They're never going to win again. They'll never win again.
Man, I will say
all the success is a fluke. Fire Dusty, trade Bregman, trade Altuve, trade.
Yeah, no more. That last thing we said about Altuve, he's got to go now.
Trade them all. Yeah, he's not even playing. Trade him.
Trade him. Yeah.
Trade him. Trade them all. They're losers.
Other than that, I will say I'm not too worried. I know the offense's bats were a little sleepy, but it's okay. At least Alvarez.
They'll wake up in the ALCS like they do every single year. I'm not worried about it even a little bit.
Yeah. Anything baseball-wise that caught your eye yesterday, Spencer? Like Justin Verlander getting on the IL. I think. I'll hold mine for my wild quick takes. You had a story about, I think, that Angels game last night.
Yeah. So there's now an MLB investigation going on about what happened at the end of the game between Anthony Rendon and an A's fan. There's video of him pulling a guy by the shirt down from the stands, and they're definitely going back and forth. And when he releases him, he takes this little swipe at him, misses, probably thankfully, but he still tried to hit this fan. Probably going to get suspended a few games. That's a bad look. Things are just not going good for the Angels franchise. You just hate to see it, James.
You hate to see it. Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Man, like, you're right. If he would have caught him, man, that A's fan would have been.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he would have been out like light. Like, it would have been bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I will say I know now we have a few friends that do not like the how quick the game is. They like to watch the game at 7 and get there and end at 11. I'm not a fan of that. I'm just going to say I enjoy what I saw yesterday. Games were just going left and right. I thought the under would be a bit of a play now with the pitch clock and all that, but there was actually a few overs. I mean, the Phillies, they were up like 5-0, and then they ended up losing like 11-7 to the Rangers. Of course, hey, watch out. Hey, that Dallas team might give you a run for your money now.
Wake me up in October.
Wake you up. All right, no worries. Okay. Well, hey, as always, if you want your questions answered, we will always answer them for you. Baseball, football, basketball, soccer, probably towards Spencer. That's not towards my field. We'll answer whatever. Now, I don't know about the politics of sports. I won't do that part. if you want trash, if we want to talk about like why everyone leaves ESPN for Fox, we can do that. I mean,
I really don't have much interest in that, honestly.
Yeah, see, I don't have more. But if you put it there, we will try.
Yeah, we'll talk about anything that the viewers want.
Spencer, man, hey, I know today's Friday, but I'm just going to say it right now. We're 4 weeks away from the NFL draft.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Hey, I'm so excited, man. Hey, because, no other position matters than the quarterbacks. And, of course, this draft class has been talked left through right. At first, the beginning of the year, it was Bryce Young's to take away the number 1 pick. And C.J. Stroud's stock started blowing up after the Peach Bowl. And then now, man, you might as well call Anthony Richardson Jesus, because he is resurrected from whatever stats he put on in the season at the Combine and then at the Pro Day. Hey, now the Panthers have said they were impressed, I heard. So that's what I read. They were a little impressed by the Richardson Pro Day. I mean, of course, he did throw the ball at the top of the roof. I don't
Will
know.
Levis did that too, though. He came out and said afterwards that
Levis doing that on purpose. Yeah,
he said afterwards that he did it because he saw Will Levis do it.
Man, I mean, I don't know if I would follow him, but then again, hey, whatever you got to do to get the likes, the views, and hey, everyone's going to see eyeballs. Spencer. Now, my top 5 quarterbacks from NFL Draft Buzz, it says listed from 1 through 5: Bryce Young, Stroud, Levis, Richardson, and Hendon Hooker from Tennessee, who pretty much no one's talked about except GM on ESPN, Mike Tannenbaum. He likes them going to Seattle. I don't see that. But Spencer, you give me your top 5 from that list, unless you have a different top 5, and then you tell me who you think should draft each one.
Yeah, so I have the same 5 quarterbacks. I have them in a different order, though. So
of course,
5, I have Hooker. I think he's a solid player, but he's coming off of that knee injury, and I'm pretty sure he's about to file and start receiving Social Security. So I don't know how much I like that in my quarterback. Yeah, for those that don't know, he is 25 years old, going to be drafted. Very, very old for a rookie. So for me, that's going to ding you a lot in the evaluation. A guy that you can't really build a team around for much longer. I don't know.
Now I will say, hey, to Hendon Hooker's defense, someone's going to beat him to that Social Security, and that is at the bottom of this list, and that's Stetson Bennett. That guy, he is old.
He's not in my top 5. I don't care about Stetson
he's not in the top 5. That's why he's in the bottom.
Yeah, no.
He's getting Social Security first, but you go.
Do you think Stetson Bennett gets drafted? I know I'll get back to my rankings, but do you think he gets drafted?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like 6th round at least.
Okay. I just wouldn't be surprised if he goes undrafted, but I think someone will take a shot.
Someone will. Like you said, if he goes undrafted, he'll definitely sign as an undrafted free agent, and then he'll be on
old. What is up with all these old quarterbacks coming out of the college ranks, man? I don't get it.
I have no idea. Hey, like what was that song, Asher Roth or whatever? It's like, I love college.
That's all of them, man. Van Wilder. So I got Hooker at 5. Gotcha. 4, I have Will Levis. I think he's got a lot of good physical tools. I think he's a very athletic guy, but he left a lot to be desired. He was very hyped coming into the season to be the quarterback in Kentucky, and really kind of didn't live up to those expectations. So I have him at 4. 3, I have Bryce Young. Now, but I here at number 3, this is where I'm entering the I think this guy can be a franchise quarterback. I'll let you talk in a sec. You can bash me for this, but the thing that knocks him down a few pegs for me is I don't know how that body is going to hold up over the long term. I think he's going to be a great player, and I'm happy to have him be the quarterback of my franchise. If the Texans ended up with him, that's great. I'm on board. I'll get his jersey. It's going to be great. But I wonder how long of a career he's actually going to have. He was relatively healthy, although he was hurt a lot of last year throughout his college career. So health is already a concern. Now he's going to be playing the NFL against guys twice as big, twice as fast. He just makes me nervous from that regard. And I don't think the ceiling's as high as the next 2 guys.
Yeah. And I will just let you finish the last 2. But even like you said, that injury, he was hurt, really on like a non-football tackle. He like dove against Arkansas, landed on the shoulder. And like you said, that was just college.
Yeah. And that makes me very nervous.
Yeah. So finish out your top 2, man. Who do you have?
So number 2, I have Anthony Richardson. Look, I know he's got a lot to work on, and I get it. Maybe I'm on drugs. That's fine if you feel that way. But when I watched that, and again, I know he's in a t-shirt and shorts. I get it. But when I watched his pro day, those throws are insane. He's throwing it 70 yards with ease. He's running a 4.4 40-yard dash. He's an athletic freak. The ceiling is the sky. Like there is no ceiling. He really could be, if everything falls correctly, he could easily become a top 5 quarterback in the league. There's not a doubt in my mind. But he needs a lot of things to go his way. He's got a lot of things to work on, and I think he has the desire to. You put him with a good coach, I really could see him developing into a superstar. All right, things could go bad, but I really like his chances of being a very, very good quarterback. And I mentioned it last episode. He's going to be an awesome fantasy player. You're going to want to get him in the late rounds this year in fantasy drafts. You could probably get him real cheap because he probably is not going to start the year, depending on the situation he goes to. But great value in a later draft, and he's going to run the ball. And that's what you want from your fantasy quarterback. So, again, I kind of said it last episode. I might have a bias because of his fantasy potential, which is the highest of this class. But I like his chances to succeed in real life, too, because he's such a freak. But number 1 spot, the most polished NFL-ready quarterback in the class. He's ready to go day 1. C.J. Stroud of Ohio State. I was sold on him as my QB1 after the Georgia game. There was no doubt what he did to that defense that is just absolutely loaded with first-round, second-round talent on defense. Dismantled them completely. Now, he had some bad film earlier in the year, but C.J. Stroud takes the cake for me. I think he can be a slightly more athletic version of Joe Burrow in the league. That's the translation I see. I see that comparison very easily. He could be Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I have no arguments towards the C.J. Stroud. I mean, I don't know what it is about Ohio State in general, but they seem like they always love starting the season off slow off the blocks. So, but like you said, I think Georgia's going to project maybe 3 or 4 guys from the defensive side in the first round, and he carved them up. I mean, that kicker, he might have shanked that ball like my wedge after a 300-yard drive, but here knows they know. Now you got your rankings. Where do you see those guys getting drafted? I'm assuming CJ will probably go Panthers. I'm assuming then you would have, I'm guessing, Richardson to the Texans. Colts would be.
So here's the thing. That's my rankings, but I'm very aware of how things are probably going to go. I don't think other teams are going to have Anthony Richardson above Bryce Young like I do. So actual predictions, I think Carolina, I think they take C.J. Stroud. He's the overwhelming betting favorite for it right now. I hope they change their mind. There's still some time for them to change their mind before draft night, but I think C.J. Stroud's going to be a Panther. At 2, I think the Texans do take Bryce Young. I do think he's going to be the quarterback that they choose. D'Amico Ryans has raved about him. Casario's met with him, and he does have the charisma of a franchise quarterback. Being at Alabama, he's been under the bright lights. I like that a lot. Now, the thing from here is the predictions for my other 5. Or for the rest of the 5, I mean, I think there's going to be 4 quarterbacks drafted in the top 5, and I think there's going to be some trades. I think Arizona is going to trade down with someone, maybe the Lions, maybe the Raiders, maybe even the Falcons. But I think the Titans, they're at 11 too, could do it too. I think someone's going to make a jump up to the number 3 pick, and they're going to take a quarterback. And then I think the Seahawks at 5. I skipped the Colts. The Colts, they're going to take a quarterback at 4. They might even be the ones to jump up to 3. So I think there's going to be some trades. Who the Colts draft? I think they would take probably Anthony Richardson. I think at that point you're going off of just sheer potential, because that's the difference between Richardson and Levis to me. They're both projects, and I think if you're projecting what their careers are going to look like in 10 years, I think you have a higher ceiling with Anthony Richardson by far. But it's not too much of a knock on Will Levis. Will Levis is just, there's a clear gap between 3 and 4 for me. Will Levis is not someone I would want as the top 5 pick. I would take him maybe in like the later part of the first round, maybe if you want that 5th year option on his contract. But I think another team's going to fall in love with him, and they're going to trade up and take him in the top 5. I don't know what team that would be. I mentioned some candidates. If you're gonna make me guess, I'd say probably the Raiders.
Okay.
I think the Raiders move up from 7 to 3, maybe even move up to 5 if the Seahawks don't want to take someone. And I think someone's gonna trade up with the Cardinals and take a quarterback there.
Gotcha. And then your last one, Hendon Hooker. I'm assuming second rounder.
I think he's going to be a second round guy. Teams that need quarterbacks at the top of the second round. You have maybe the Rams at 36. Maybe the Raiders don't take one in the first round, and they're there at 38. I think Hendon Hooker's a day 2 guy. He's either going to be second or third.
Day 2. Oh, my fault. My fault. I was back in the day. It never used to be day 2.
Yeah, it was all done in one day. You woke up early at 6 in the morning, and you got.
I was ready to just like what day, but I forgot. Round 1 is like 16 hours long. Yeah. Okay, so I like
we live for it.
Yeah, so I like how that is. So I'm different. Of course, I have Bryce Young 1. I have CJ 2. I have Will Levis 3. I have Hendon Hooker 4, and I have Richardson 5.
Interesting.
Now
you're very low on Richardson. Why?
I'm very low on Richardson. I'm one of the what the tape shows me. What did my eyes show me? Now, of course, I do agree with your draft part. Even though I think Bryce is the 1, I think CJ goes 1. I think Bryce goes to the Texans, and I do think I agree with you with Richardson going to the Colts. Even though I have it Richardson as the 5th quarterback because of what I saw at Florida this past season, I do think I agree with you. The ceiling, what if everything falls right? The ceiling.
I just think I know Anthony. Again, I said it earlier. He definitely has some things that work out. But yeah, you talk about film. He put some good film out there. Go watch the game against A&M. He was cooking.
Yeah, he cooked. He cooked at A&M. He did. Hey, he was magical against Utah in the first game. But then you look at games, like LSU and Vandy. Definitely the Vandy.
He's definitely a project, but he's put some good film out there. I like what I've seen from him, and I love what I've seen from the combine. That's why I'm so high on him. People must think I have this take and I've never watched him play. That's just not true. I've seen a lot of him play.
They show a lot of
people that think I've never seen him play. I've watched plenty of Anthony Richardson. I know that's not you, James, but there's some people out there that will remain nameless.
Yeah, they remain nameless.
Yeah,
we subtweet them, right?
Yeah, we sub. Well, they be subtweeting me, so I'll be subtweeting them. That's fine.
Yeah, there you go. So I do agree with you. I think Richardson is the guy with the Colts, even though he's my 5th. And I don't think no one drafts. I don't believe I'm so against Detroit and Seattle drafting quarterback. If I'm leaving the I guess I can't even think of it. If I'm leaving the draft order the same, no trades, because like you said, I think trades will happen. So I do see Will Levis to Tennessee at 11 if no trades away. I like that. Of course, even though they did draft my Liberty alum Malik Willis last year, a sort of a product of Anthony Richardson, but they realized really quick.
Yeah, he's not going to make it in the league. You got benched for Josh Dobbs. Yeah, you got to go, buddy.
Yeah, Malik Willis. Hey, you were phenomenal at Liberty. I will never take that away. Thank you for the 2 bowl games. Thank you for those victories. But I have Levis at 11. Now, at first, I was thinking Hendon would have broke either mid first round or late first round, but I've thrown that out the window. I do think he's a second round guy. I do like your Rams and Raiders pick. I'm actually going to go with Denver. I don't know if Denver has a second round pick. Please correct me, Spencer, if they do.
They do not have a second round pick.
All right, so
they traded it to Seattle for Russell Wilson.
All right, well then maybe Seattle got it.
They do have 2 third-round picks back-to-back, 67 and 68. I believe that is their first pick.
I don't think he'll fall that far, but if I like Hendon Hooker with the Sean Payton idea, if Hooker was to fall, but because at first I did have Hooker maybe in Baltimore first round, maybe in Tampa the first round, but I think those teams will hold off because I think they're going to wait for that next year's class with got Caleb Williams from USC, you got Drake May from North Carolina. Hell, even Deion Sanders' son is third ranked right now. Hey, he looked good the other day. I watched a clip, and then you got Jaden Daniels from LSU, who I used to think was not that good at Arizona State. Prove me wrong a little bit. Of course, damn, LSU beat Alabama, but whatever. I'm not going to talk about it. And then you got Quinn Ayers, so I think Baltimore and Tampa looks into next year's draft class. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm gonna stamp it with you on that. Rams 36.
I like it. So we pretty much all have but we both have 4 quarterbacks going in the first round, and then we have the rest of them going after that.
Yeah, okay. I do agree. I don't think 4 go into the top 5, but then again, like you said, trades will happen, and it will happen. So
yeah, I don't have any other opinions on any of the other quarterbacks, honestly. Like, I know the guy from Stanford. What's his name? Like Tanner.
Oh yeah, Tanner McKee. Yeah, he's
whatever.
He's got the frame, but no.
Maybe he can be a backup. I think everyone after that top 5, I think they're going to be backups at best.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because after Hendon Hooker, it's a tough, like, who do you want? I mean, yeah. Like, if there's anyone, no, I don't see Max Duggan getting any real hype. I don't see Clayton Tune really getting anything.
Go Cougs,
Stetson Bennett. So, hey, draft is in 4 weeks. Like we said, okay, 27 days. But me and Spencer, we will go live and we'll do our mock first round NFL draft, hopefully 5 to 6 days before the draft, so you can watch it, see, predict, guess, and hell, even debate us on why you think they're going to go there. We will do the first round, and then that Thursday, we will be watching just like you on my couch. So then, hey, Spencer, we're back with wild quick takes. Now I got 3 for you. I don't know how many.
I got one for you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with 3. Hold yourself when I say this. Jags owner says they have got the recipe for success. Technically, they said they cracked the code to success. Now, Spencer, this organization of Jacksonville has not had much success. I mean, yes, they made it to an AFC championship game. I don't want to hear it from my Jaguar friends. I know they made it to the AFC championship. They might have got cheated. It is what it is, whatever. But this organization is not the Golden State Warriors, like when their owner and GM said they are light years ahead. They've at least shown, like, at least the Warriors won titles. Jaguars, they just won the division last year by hope.
I'll say this. I think he kind of has cracked the code. The code is? It's step 1, land a generational quarterback. End of steps. You got lucky. You got Trevor Lawrence, a quarterback god. Like, let's not pretend we cracked the code. You had him fall in your lap. You were the number 1 pick all these years in a row, and like you got lucky that year was Trevor Lawrence's year. Let's come on, bro.
Pump the brakes, right? Like,
you're still losing to the Texans every year. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. All right, hey, second take. Hey, I know we watch basketball. I'm watching LeBron. You're watching the Rockets. But hey, man, Sacramento Kings, man, most hated on team right now for the playoffs. They have clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 05-06. Spencer, what on God's earth were you doing in 05-06? Because I think I was at Jameson Middle School playing flag football and kickball.
Yep. I was right across the street at Sablatura, right across the street. So
there you go.
I have a couple of thoughts on this. First off, I love this. You love seeing, teams that have been, their fan bases have been abused for years. This was the longest streak in U.S. sports that had not made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they are breaking it now officially. But here's the bad news. They broke the streak. Great. They're lined up to play the Golden State Warriors in the first round. And I'm not sure they're going to be favored as a 3 seed over the 6 seed Warriors. And that sucks. I'll tell you this. I am going to cheer so hard for the Kings. They're going to be my team, my bandwagon in the playoffs in the West. East, I'm going to ride with my boy Harden. But we can talk about the playoffs maybe next week's episode once the playoffs are kind of starting to get more set in stone.
Real tight, yeah.
We will talk about NBA playoffs for sure. But Right now, the Kings have the 12th best odds to win the NBA championship. 12th.
Wow.
I think that's a little disrespectful.
That's little disrespectful.
Is that a valuable pick, James? Should we sprinkle a little bit on the Kings to win the ship?
Oh, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit because, like you said, hey, I agree. Playoffs is a different animal, this and that. But if I'm looking at it from the Kings' point of view, no one's going for them. They're on house money, basically. So what do they have to lose? And plus, if they do play the Warriors, it might go 7 games. And if the Warriors from this year's road record shows, I'm going with the Kings.
We might just sprinkle a little. We're gonna have to see what those odds are like if they are matched up. Now, we say this now, things could go crazy these next 2 weeks because it is so tight in the West. 4 through 11 is super close, but we will see. We will see. I can't wait to talk about which one of those teams misses the playoffs. I hope it's the Mavs.
I think it will be the Mavs. Holy crap, man.
But we'll talk about that later.
Later, definitely later in another episode. And my last take. Now, look, I know we already mentioned the Dodgers won last night, yada, yada, playing, I think, the Diamondbacks. Last night, hey, I saw a video. Now, I thought this fan was running on the field like everyone else does, run around, juking the security left and right. My man turned around, he looked at his woman, and he said, "Baby, will you marry me?"
Got down on one knee.
He got down on one knee, did that. And, man, all I'm going to say is that security guard lit him up. Man,
that security guard was like, "This is my moment. This is my time to shine."
To get popular.
And he did not disappoint.
He did not disappoint.
Boom.
Yeah,
looking like Terry Tate, office linebacker.
My man better create that Twitter account. He's not gonna pay to be verified. Elon's gonna say, "You know what? Boom, you are verified, man." So, yeah, that was insane, Spencer. I mean, would you propose to your girl in the future on the Astros Minute Maid Park and then get killed?
I'll give him credit. That is a different way to do a proposal at the game. I think it's a little overdone when you have the kiss cam and the last one is like, "Oh, I'm going to kiss you. Just kidding. I'm going to get on a knee." I think that's a little cheesy and overdone. I don't think most women would enjoy that. They kind of want something original. But that's pretty original. Running out onto the field is pretty original. I've never seen that before. I just want to know, obviously, when he got tackled, the ring went flying. I want to know if he was able to get his ring back.
Yes. I agree. Yes. I want to know where that ring flew after that hit stick. All I'm saying, hey, Rams, sign that guy. Hey, he could be Eric Weddle Jr., doesn't have to play all season. Just show up to the playoffs.
Man.
Level that guy. Now, hey, Spencer, I will say, hey, you said something about the whole cheesiness and this and that. I won't lie. I tried to do that. I tried to do the kiss cam bull crap.
No.
At the Rockets. Hey, look. I called the Rockets. I called both of them because I wanted to do this. Man, I got shut down so hard. I was like, and I wanted to do it because I went to the game. LeBron was with the Cavs still. And I was going to propose at the LeBron Cavs. But, of course, I think they probably would have never put me on air because I was rocking my LeBron jersey. I wasn't rocking no Rockets jersey.
Yeah, that must have been why. Why did they say they shut you down?
I totally forget. But they were like, "No, we don't do it." And I was like, I don't know about that. I think the dude was lying to me because he didn't want – but let's just say I didn't do the cheesy thing. I did the original thing, and I proposed to my wife in Jacksonville, North Carolina, not Florida.
Okay. Well, I bet you Katrina is very thankful in hindsight that it didn't work out that way.
She is. Yeah.
I knew she girls don't want to be proposed to that way, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they just don't. It's not original. It's overdone.
Not original.
Yeah, we may not always have sports talk, but we do have relationship talk from time to time.
Hey, we will get you in a relationship quick on this show. Spencer, hey, you're one quick take for me.
Yeah, I got you. So we started this whole thing. One of the big things we started it was, we want to be different than ESPN and FS1. So that being said, James, what are your favorite kinds of sports medias for you to consume yourself as a listener or viewer? What do you listen to, watch for your sports info?
So I kid you not, I'm going to give you the hypocrite answer. I literally stick with ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPNU, and god dang FS1. But if you tell me to take those out, I am listening. I'm listening to the SEC network, their channel, even though it's ESPN, whatever.
I like Paul Feinbaum. I love Paul Feinbaum. He's a good guy.
I can't do that. I can't do the Paul Feinbaum. It was
you don't like Paul Feinbaum?
I like Paul. I like Paul. I just don't like the structure of the show where it's like
that's right. Where
it's like, hey, let me get this phone call from Hoover, Alabama. I can't do that part.
That's pretty accurate. I think that was today's episode.
So I will say SEC Network because I'm an SEC guy. I love football, this and that. Second, I do love watching the Pat McAfee show on YouTube. Love that. That's for sure. Number 2. Number 3, of course, I'm biased. It is our show. When I'm trimming and doing edits, how can we get better? You name it. This one is going to make the top 5. I doubt it. So
absolutely. I'm number 1 obviously is Wild West Sports. Obviously.
Hey, right?
That's number 1 for me. But I also like Pat McAfee a lot. But one of my favorite, and I don't miss an episode. Well, I really have 2, and it's kind of perfect. This time of year, I have a different podcast each day of the week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I listen to Pardon My Take. I love those guys at Barstool. They crack me up. They are absolutely hilarious. And then Tuesday and Thursday, I listen to the Fantasy Footballers. Because during the off season, they do fantasy football year round, and they have their shows on Tuesday and Thursday during the off season. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, I'm covered all week until the weekend, and then I'm good to go. And then it starts back up. So it's a good cycle right now.
Yeah, I will say one more is I love Daily Wager. I just love they stick in their lane. They only talk about sports betting, nothing else besides it, and I love it. So hey, Spencer, hey, you know what tomorrow is?
Tomorrow's the Final Four.
Final Four, yes, in Houston, the hometown, in NRG Stadium. Even though you can call it Energy if you thought about it, but hey. Now, Spencer, I know we have FAU versus San Diego State, and we have Miami versus UConn. Now, I'm going to say this FAU San Diego State game looks like a bowl game in the middle of December. This is not supposed to be the Final Four, but this is the Final Four. Spencer, give me your prediction on who's going to win that game and then the other game to meet in the finals and then win it all.
So it's tough because these teams are just, like we said at last episode, it's a 4 seed versus a 5 seed and a 5 seed versus a 9 seed. So I really don't know too much about them, but UConn was in my Final Four and they made it. They're the only one I got right. I'm going to stick with UConn and I'm going to go with San Diego State ending the Cinderella story. And then I'm going to take UConn winning it all. But here's the thing. That's kind of boring, right? That's what I think is going to happen. If I'm looking at the Bovada odds right now, the national champion is -125 to be UConn. I don't know if I'm going to actually bet that or not. I'm going to debate about it, but that's not as good of a return for me, -125. But what is looking like a snack to me? Miami plus 450. Oh, yeah. I don't think they're going to beat UConn, but damn, that's a good value, James.
Yeah. You know what? I'm with you on the same. I'm with you on the same boring take about. I think San Diego State's a little too physical for FAU. I mean, basically FAU and Bama kind of run the same type of scheme where they just shoot, and run up. But I think San Diego State bullies them, gets in. And I mean, you know what? I think UConn will win. But hey, I mean, I was against my Hurricanes against Drake. I wasn't against them against Indiana, but I didn't have that in the bracket. And I was definitely against them against Houston. They keep winning. So, with Isaiah Wong and Peck and Jordan Miller, not Brandon Miller, Jordan Miller, who was perfect from the field the other day.
He was on fire.
He's the real shooter. Not Brandon.
Oh, chill out there, my man. Whoa.
Whoa. Too far. No. So, no, I agree. Miami definitely with the value. I like that. I mean, you never know. Hey, if Miami can beat if Miami can beat UConn, San Diego State might have a shot. But hey, Hey, you never know. Hey, I think my wife may go for FAU actually, because hey, she rolled them all the way here. Now it's just might as well just house money.
So I will say, so I'm looking at the futures that they have. They do have a betting section that has odds for the exact result. Mm-hmm. The highest odds is Connecticut beating San Diego State, which are the two picks that we both said we like. That is plus 230. If you get that exact matchup, that's plus 230. That seems pretty good to me. I think y'all might watch me do this.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put a unit on it. Putting a unit on it.
Yo, a unit. What are we talking? 1,000? 100?
Come on, man. Isn't it not polite to ask someone what the unit is? No, for me, a unit's $10.
There you go. Hey, man, 10 to win 23. Hey, come out with 33. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a unit on it, and I'm gonna ride that. I might get a little, sketched out tomorrow, and I might end up going back and picking that Miami bet at plus 450, but we'll see.
Okay. Hey, Spencer. Hey, so hey, we'll be watching from our, I'll be watching from my couch. Hopefully the same for you. Hey, as always, hey, we're wrapping up the episode. We won't do best bets because we just laid out our bets for the Final Four.
That's my best bet. That's my best bet. You just watched it.
You just watched it on this episode. Hey, as always, comment, ask us any questions. Hey, follow, subscribe. Trust me, man. Hey, we're trying to be just as consistent on our end, so we want you to be consistent on your end. So, hey, follow, subscribe, comment on all the videos. We didn't have any crazy takes to get grilled on TikTok.
I don't know. I feel like I might still get killed from my Anthony Richardson take, but it's one I'm happy to stand on. I'm happy to stand on it.
You and only you. So, Spencer, any last words before I end this?
Man, I'm so looking forward to this weekend. We got a lot of good sports going on, and then we'll get into it next week. We'll have a national champion to talk about next week, James.
Ooh, hey, matter of fact, I'm debating. Hey, if UConn wins, I might bring on Jordan Lloyd. Hey, congratulate him on this show. If they lose, then my friend Mike Baumler won't be the special guest, but we might bring him on.
Yeah, if we can get him on for like 5 to 10 minutes, that'd be fun.
Boom. Be good. So, hey, Spencer, hey, thank you, man. Hey, have a good weekend. Have a good Friday night. Let's go.